Was it as good for you? Oh, you really cleaned out my pipes. So, here's the deal. I've read up a lot on enemas, and I've also done a lot of them. I had chemical sensitivity, and I was very ill, so much that I really could hardly leave the house. And I got well, and I am convinced that doing coffee enemas is probably, it was essential. I don't think I would have gotten well had I not done this. I did daily coffee enemas for months on end, and it took a long time for me to get well. You don't just get well in one day. Along my little enema journey, I found out about parasites and candida and so many other disgusting things. I just wanted to give a little insight into how I do it. The coffee enema is a retention enema, but you hold the coffee in for 15 minutes. You lay on your side, use like 2 cups because you can't hold this much in there unless you have some kind of crazy long intestines. So you just use like 2 cups, you're on your side, you put your one leg like that, you lay down, read a book, watch a movie on your iPad, whatever, and you hold it in for 15 minutes. I usually can't ever hold it in for 15 minutes, so I do a couple of different ones. The caffeine doesn't affect you like it does if you were to drink it. But you can experiment with your strengths of coffee. My one friend did it the other day, and she did like this huge, full strength espresso. And you can start off light and then go heavier. But it stimulates glutathione on your body and cleans your liver and is an amazing thing. In the Gerson therapy, they do coffee enemas every 2 hours. So, don't worry about doing it every day. I've read all of the information and watched the videos. Mae West used to do this every day, and she did it was like a leading lady in her sexy boobies when she was like 70 or something like that. The Mayas did enemas, the Egyptians, and I read enough to not be scared. I'm not afraid of them anymore. People are talking about, the delicate balance in your intestines. I mean, basically think about it, what goes through there. Let me explain the difference between a retention enema and just a cleaning enema, and why also a cleaning enema I think is essential. One, if you're detoxing, if you're taking detox elements like chlorella, bentonite, activated charcoal, cilantro, vitamin C, lipoic acid, there's so many things that detox your body even. And the thing is that you want them to get out of there ASAP. And, when you notice when you do the enemas that there's a bunch of stuff in there that you don't know how long it's been there. I actually had a couple of colonics done professionally, and I didn't really feel that they were super better than just doing an enema at your own home. Because I do a whole bunch, I filled this thing up, with gallons of water, just keep doing it until I feel like I'm done, When you first fill it up, like sometimes I'll just do water, and that just gets you what's in your very lower intestine out. And then I kind of clean it out for a while. If you put a little apple cider vinegar in here, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in this, it will somehow does something very interesting. It I think it kills candida. And it can be a little crampy sometimes with the apple cider vinegar, but all kinds of crazy stuff comes out. It's like mushroomy, it looks like jellyfish. They say that candida is like white, kind of looks like little toilet papery stuff. And I think what I had, I don't know what the hell I had, but it was gross. I mean, and when it was gone, I felt better. And the thing is, when I was sick, I had a lot of weird stuff in there. After a while, I just got my glasses out and pulled up the shades in the bathroom, turned on the light, and started looking in there. And I had a lot of weird stuff in there. And now that I'm well, I actually don't have the weird stuff. And all of a sudden, I was not feeling well recently with the chemical sensitivity. I started feeling more sensitive. So I did an enema, and I got like a, maybe like a quartz worth of these little bugs, scary looking things. I'm going to put a picture of it on there. I took it into the doctor, and for some reason, they didn't want to show it to the parasitologist. So they wanted me to do a stool sample, but the problem is I did an enema the next day, and now I don't have any of those things. I got rid of them. I did save them, and I'm looking for a reliable parasite chart, because just looking stuff up on the internet will lead you to insanity. Because either some people say those things that I had is either candida or liver fluke egg nests, or fasciolapsy buski, which is like Hulda Clark says is the cause of cancer. So anyway, I immediately felt 100 times better, and after getting rid of those. You can use coconut oil. Kardashians now are using olive oil and coconut oil, which is, it's just a miraculous healing stuff. Especially coconut oil kills parasites and bacteria and fungus, as well as giving all kinds of awesome nutrition, introducing it into your body. Like I said, I mean, it's good to look in there. I've seen a worm in there. I've been doing enemas and shrieking in the bathroom before at what I saw. But I had another one. It was a big long string. I thought it was a tapeworm. I took it in and it was a mucus string. Turns out parasites and candida both emit waste byproducts, which are toxic. So your liver has to process that. So just having that in itself, parasites and such, is enough to make you sick. And then I came across an article once, and the guy said that he used molybdenum, which is an element many people are deficient in. It actually neutralizes the toxins, say the parasite and the candida waste toxins in your system. So I was like, you know what, that's the better way to go. And at the same time, use a lot of high quality probiotics, because that's going to do more to control your candida and parasites than anything, I believe. I also drink some oregano oil. I mean, I do some control. I do some parasite killing, some candida killing, but I focus way more on just keeping, you know, everything in balance. And I told you I was feeling chemically sensitive recently, and it's interesting because I had stopped taking my probiotics, and I was feeling so good, and I'm really tired of taking supplements. I was going to say too about the enema, like if you're having a chemical sensitivity reaction and you do it, you will feel immediately better. And if you're not feeling better, it's because maybe you haven't gotten those toxins out of your body. Usually before I do an enema, I'll eat some chlorella, maybe like half an hour before. And that will bind the toxins, and then we'll do the enema and we'll get them out of there, because like I said before, you don't want them to recirculate in your body. You want to get all the toxins out of your body as fast as possible, because they can find other places to go. But I could maybe fill this thing up, 5, 6, 10 times, and once you get a routine going, you'll notice, how your body does. Like with mine, first you do the water enema and just get some of the basic stuff out, and then you get a little more out. I mean, you're cleaning up further each time. When you do the coffee enema, which somehow after that I wouldn't, if you do like a cleaning enema, like you fill the bag back up after you're done with the coffee, it will be like weird sedimentary things and little white specks, and sometimes I've seen bright green stuff, and sometimes you see, I used to see all kinds of stuff in there. But then sometimes if you maybe it'll just seem like water's coming out and nothing's really getting, you're not really getting anything, but just keep trying. And eventually you will get some kind of release, and you'll notice that it might be some really disgusting smelling stuff. You're like, whoa, I remember back when I was sick, I would get this stuff smell like ammonia, like cat pee or something. It was disgusting. Or sometimes you get like this little sedimenty stuff like dirt. Anyway, you just experiment with it, and the higher you go up, you're going to get different looking things, and it's kind of interesting. And don't get too scared. And of course, anything that you do for your health, you're doing for your beauty. I think, like I said, I used to be so worried about everything being sterilized, and I mean, I do have everything clean and sterilized. But anything you put in your mouth, you can put in your butt, and just think of what's in there. It is not sterile. Put it in your butt. When you do a coffee enema, you're actually supposed to stay on your right side and put your right leg up. Well, if you do other ones, generally the water doesn't stay in there. You're just kind of on all fours, and then you get up and run to the toilet when you think it's time. I mean, you will know when it's time. Well, that's all I have to say. I just hope everything comes out all right in the end.